The next sequence of different shots you will see are ones that I think have been effective due to the camera angles that we've been using in the film Drive also. The first one you can see here I feel was very effective due to the establishing long shot that you can see and the way that there is a barriers coming down in front of a person who's behind them, but seeing as he's in an extreme long shot and we see him in a tiny little figure, he looks kind of vulnerable as he's running towards the gate, yet the fact that we see kind of like almost a car door frame to the right hand side of the screen, it's like the main protagonist is looking through the window, so it puts him in a superior position as he's looking out on the more vulnerable people. The next you can see I think worked really well also. It is a high angle bird's eye view shot of a bag full of money. This adds emphasis to the kind of danger factor to the film and links back to stereotypical convention of film noir due to there being usually a money plot twist as he is kind of after a lot of money, and this usually happens in a lot of films as he's involved in a lot of danger, which results down to kind of a big money deal that's happened a while ago. It's very effective as there's light coming through on the left hand corner at the bottom and it kind of shines through and it allows you to see kind of light areas where money's been clasped together with kind of gold pieces of paper, and the use of these gold bits of paper reflect from the light also, because it adds kind of an authoritative and superior edge to it. Yeah, also by having the person on the right hand side of the screen very slightly, it adds that there is obviously someone behind the mischief that the film is about. The next shot I think was really effective. It is a kind of medium close-up shot of the main protagonist, and he's wearing a blue shirt and a blue kind of top underneath. The blue behind him and the colour that he's wearing kind of reflects the calmness and serenity that is surrounding him. So it shows that although there is probably a lot of danger and a lot of action going on around him, he's very calm and in control of the situation. Yet also by having him more near towards the left hand of the screen, it shows that perhaps not everything is as straightforward as it seems, and there's a lot of plot twists and turns that's going to happen. The next shot I think was effective due to the staggering of the three characters. We see their rank in dominance and authority as we see the main protagonist in an extreme close-up as nearest to the camera. We then see the female, who is the femme fatale, in the middle, and she is in a close-up. Yet moving on more to the left, we see the young boy, and he is in kind of like a close-up mid-shot as we see more of his shoulders. We see the little boy as more vulnerable as he's to the front of the car, so more prone to where accidents would happen, yet also, and he has got no seatbelt on, as you can see his mother and femme fatale seems to be holding him. This also bringing their intimacy and close relationship together due to the way that they are closely together, whereas the main protagonist seems to be more distant on his own as we slightly see his hand on the steering wheel, which shows that he is in control of the situation, but also in control of both their lives and taking them into consideration in this scene. The expression on their faces is happy and joyous, which reflects the lighting that is also used, which is natural warm lighting of like cream and kind of neutral colours. Which also contrasts to the dark black and grey of the interior of the car. The next shot is effective as it's a reflective shot. The main focus is on a close-up mid-shot of the femme fatale, and she has brown earthy colours behind her, showing that she is probably a quite relaxed and calm person and used to all natural things. Yet the green frame that is on the right hand side, which we see the reflection of the main protagonist in, kind of reflects the idea of envy and jealousy, and this could link to the picture that is in the left hand bottom corner of the mirror as a picture of the little boy and his dad. So perhaps it's portraying the idea that the main protagonist, wants to be more involved within the child's life and be more father figure, yet he knows that he's never going to be due to him, the dad, always kind of being there. The next shot is a kind of high angle shot on the main protagonist and another male, yet we see that he kind of looks more vulnerable here due to the way that he is looking up to a person who seems to be more authoritative on the right hand side in a brown coat. The way that the man on the right is wearing kind of a smart jacket makes him seem more authoritative, therefore putting the main protagonist in a more childlike and vulnerable situation as he is kind of in denim, which is kind of a very low authoritative and low dominance and very casual attire, which is in comparison to the person on the right. Yet also the fact that the main protagonist is wearing dark shaded glasses shows that he's perhaps not fully letting his guard down and protecting his identity from others, so that he keeps everything to himself. Yet also there, as you can see, there are slight reflections from the sun of tree branches onto the road, which could perhaps be demonstrating the idea that not everything's as straightforward as it seems, and there are many plots and twists and turns within the storyline. The next shot is effective. It is a mid-shot, and we see it's taken through a broken glass panel within a door frame, which seems to be in like a diner, which is a stereotypical kind of location for a film noir or neo-noir. We see the person on the left, who's dressed in a smart attire, looking towards the figure who stands in the middle, this making him the main focus of the shot and showing that he is the main person within this frame. Yet the fact that he is standing on his own makes him more vulnerable, and outside of the shop shows that he's outside his comfort zone, and perhaps portraying the idea that he is not in control of the situation as he thinks he is. Yet the use of the red and white tiles kind of contrast one another, as red symbolising like blood and danger and perhaps passion, whereas the white representing the innocence and the purity, this showing perhaps a split personality or the feelings between the femme fatale and the main protagonist himself. The next shot I feel is very effective, as it is an extreme close-up of the main protagonist's hands as he's sitting in his car. The use of the gloves add emphasis to the idea of him trying to hide and shield his identity from others, and the reflection on the watch works well, as you see that time passing, we can see it's night time due to the light around him. This helps the audience to get an idea of what is going to happen in the film, as it's kind of like an enigma code that time is always there and time is always passing, and what's going to happen at different times within the film. The next shot, I think, was very effective due to the way that it is taken from a car driving backwards in an angle and a car driving towards him. The car driving backwards, which is the one which the main protagonist is driving, seems more in a vulnerable position as he cannot fully see where he's going, whereas the car that is in more to the right hand side, which perhaps is including the villain, is driving towards him so he can fully see and put the other driver off. The fact that the car which is facing the camera is kind of blacked out adds a mysterious effect to it and helps the audience to see that there is a twisted turn of events. The next shot I feel is really effective due to the reflection shot and extreme close-up in a rearview mirror of a car. It helps to introduce the audience to the main protagonist of the film, and we see a stern expression of his face, showing that he's fully in control of the situation. The use of the blurred effects outside of his face show that he's the main focus of the film, and that he's the main, also dominant character within this sequence also. The next shot helps once again to see the rank and authority within the film, as we see the little boy in the middle, obviously with the two adults looking down either side on him, the both male and the female. He's looking at the main protagonist, whilst the main protagonist is looking down at him, this showing that the two are sharing a connection between one another, yet the mother looking down on him from the other side shows that she has control over him and is watching his every move. The use of kind of the three shot that they have going on shows the different angles and how both the little boy and the main protagonist are side on, whereas the female is more turned face to the camera, showing that she's more vulnerable to the situation and the two men are more in control. The next shot shows an extreme close-up of the little boy's hands and the main protagonist's hands as the boy passes him a bullet, this giving a vulnerability as there is a light behind them which reflects onto the bullet, adding emphasis onto the danger factor and how the little boy is involved in all the danger and drama that the main protagonist is caught up in, this adding and provoking fear within the audience.